The Miami Heat are looking to make the playoffs white hot. They hit the court today getting ready for their series against the Philadelphia 76ers. CBS 4 sports anchor Jim Berry is here now with a special guest from the Associated Press, Tim Reynolds, to talk about this big matchup. Jim.
That is right, and he is the guy to talk to because Tim covers the Heat inside out, knows the team incredibly well, and he has seen the 4 very close games that the Heat have played with the Sixers this year. All right, let's get into it. First of all, this is being billed as kind of good versus evil, because the Heat are the good guys. They never try to lose, ever. And you got the Sixers, trust the process. They were lousy for years, and now all of a sudden they're winners, unbeatable, 16 straight wins. What has made them so good?
Well, it's been a lot of things. I mean, one, they are a good team, and they have a lot of talent there, obviously, but at the same time, you look at the 16-game winning streak, JB, 13 of the 16 teams in that, 13 of the games anyway, there's been some multiple teams in there. 13 times they played a team that didn't go to the playoffs. It really should be 13 and a half because the Milwaukee Bucks, who are going to the playoffs, did not show up last night at all. That is true. But that being said, it's now a team that has a lot of confidence. They've had swagger all year. I know that's usually just a UM word, but they've had swagger all year. Now they have swagger and confidence and belief, and it's a really good time in Philly right now. And look, Eagles Super Bowl, Villanova winning the national championship. Seriously. I do believe a city feeds off that, and they're feeding off the Sixers in the same way.
They're also feeding off of Ben Simmons. He's pretty good. And Joel Embiid, who was excellent. The big men in this thing is kind of intriguing to me because Philly's gone on this roll without Joel Embiid. He's been out with the orbital bone fracture. And the Heat, some folks debate whether or not they're better with or without Hassan Whiteside. And so does Whiteside really have to dominate in this series?
Well, he needs not so much to dominate. He needs to show up in this series. And look, he's had some really, really good games against Joel Embiid. He was 13 for 19 once against them. He was 9 for 12 once against them. The last time they played, he got even a little bit physical with him, probably a little bit too physical with him with the shove in the back. Hassan Whiteside needs to keep the focus on his job, winning that matchup, not winning the Twitter matchup between the two. That's the real rivalry between those two guys, is what they do on Twitter. If Hassan, and he showed moments last night, if you get that Hassan Whiteside in this series, you have a really good chance. I would expect Embiid comes back game 2, game 3 at the latest. At some point, you're going to have to deal with him. But no matter who they put at the 5, Hassan has to put up some numbers. Yeah,
they're fitting Embiid with this mask, which is kind of interesting looking. It'll be interesting to see how he deals with that. All right, Dwayne Wade was the hero for one of those games here in Miami. I think he scored 27 points, best game since returning to the Heat. At age 36, can D. Wade be the playoff closer?
He absolutely can. And it's not about having great games anymore for 36-year-old Dwayne Wade. It's about having great moments. And that buzzer beater against Philadelphia, where he had that unbelievable fourth quarter and they end up winning by 1 because Redick was way too open at the end and missed a straightaway 3. That's what he needs to be. He doesn't have to carry this team for 48 or 30 or even 24 minutes, but be that steadying force in the fourth quarter because, again, even though he's not Flash, he's not 2006 D. Wade anymore, try leaving him unguarded, or try guarding him with while paying attention to just one guy. He can still hurt teams that way, and Philadelphia knows that better than most.
Maybe not Flash, but he's still clutch, which is the most important thing. All right, the Heat have struggled to win games on the road lately. They have to win a road game to win this series. So what about that? Are you worried about that at all?
I think it should be a concern. They're 2-12 on the road the last 14 games. They haven't beaten a team that went to the playoffs on the road since beating Milwaukee in mid-January. And a lot of that is because this is kind of a new group, and I think there's almost been too much of a reliance on Dwayne. He didn't play in all these road games since he came back because he had the hamstring. I think they're still kind of figuring themselves out. I believe, JB, that if they go up there and get game 1 on Saturday, a team that has won 16 in a row all of a sudden now is going to say, we lost home court, we've got to come to Miami and win a game, we haven't dealt with any adversity for 2 months. I don't put a lot of stock in game 1s, even though the stats say that a game 1 winner goes on to win the series most of the time. If Miami steals game 1, they have a great chance of winning this series in 5 or 6.
Quickly, is that a prediction, Mr. Reynolds? You're predicting the 6th seed is going to beat the number 3?
I am predicting, not only am I predicting the 6th seed is going to beat the number 3, but stay tuned. I think that sometime in the next few weeks, we will be seeing LeBron James playing against the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Ooh, doggies. How about that? But first things first.
First things first.
Heat 6, I think it's going to be an entertaining series.
Heat in 7.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you.
Thanks, JB.
All right.